Yo, what's up guys, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel. So today I am extremely excited because I'll be doing a first listen to Rocket Punch's third mini album, Blue Punch. Like I said during my MV reaction to Juicy, I wanted to do this right away because when it comes to Rocket Punch's B-sides, I want to listen to them right away. Especially after seeing and hearing the highlight medley prior to their MV drop for Juicy, seeing familiar names such as Monotree, Code 9 again, and just looking back and thinking about their previous releases, all mini albums, no singles, loving the consistency in terms of that, in terms of the quality in their B-sides from their debut with Pink Punch into Red Punch into Blue Punch. Now this more of a summer release with Juicy. I was just sad that I couldn't do a first listen for you guys during when they put out Bouncy and Red Punch because I absolutely loved their performances, especially for So Solo and Lilac. Probably has to be my favorite B-side, to be honest, by Rocket Punch, next to Girlfriend and So Solo and Love Is Over. The list really goes on. I feel like so far they haven't disappointed me when it came to their B-sides and everything. So I am quite excited to do this and curious how these tracks are ultimately gonna play out, and after thinking how they would during the highlight medley. Other than that, guys, let's just get into it. Alright, the first track is the intro track to their mini album. It's titled Blue Punch. Loving the consistency like their previous mini albums. Same individuals behind Juicy, Iggy, and So Young Bae did this track. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm liking how punchy it is. And has that underlining sound from Juicy. Very bright. There's a nice energy to it. Okay, so thoughts about this intro track, just brief thoughts, is that going back and talking about Iggy and So Young Bae, I like how this goes into their title track, Juicy, obviously, and I could see them during special stages or just their regular stages from like the first couple of weeks having their intro track into Juicy, you know, Blue Punch and everything like that. It's also a great intro that really sets the overall summer tone and the energy, what they brought out from Juicy for this mini album. In terms of the musicality, nothing too, wow, it's just more so of like something, it is an intro track and all, nothing crazy cinematic, but it sort of makes me feel like I would hear this at an amusement park or something, but some parts have that rave type element with the electronica sounds and whatnot, but it literally is a punch because the instrumental to this intro track is very punchy, energetic, and that really follows suit to what Juicy does, and how that song really was presented to us when it came out. Let's just get into the next track now. Alright, this track is titled Summer Punch with an exclamation mark. Seeing the titling before we get into this, I feel like the energy is gonna be quite great in this one as well. Summer punch in the same lines, maybe punchy in terms of the instrumental, but I know that Per Vida, Audie, and Taisha worked on this, and I'm a little bit familiar with Taisha and Audie. They do work in hand sometimes, and as of recently, Weekly's title track Tag Me. But other than that, let's just get into it. Oh, lovin' the bass line. Oh, loving the horns. Oh, Sohee's lines here though. Okay, Suyeon. Like a rocket punch. Ooh. Nice brass instruments used in this. Ooh. Jury. Loving the shouting. Ooh. RCPC, oh my god. Oh, spit your line, Sohee. Loving the progression in this song. The energy is super bright and happy and fun. But that really shows through their singing, the way they deliver their lines. Hey. It has that party feel to it. Definitely a summer track. You could see it in the lyrics too. But I love the instrumental layers to this song. Lot of elements to this one. Now, I can see many people say, hey, this is title track worthy, and I am gonna have to agree with those people 110%. I'm not surprised if this track was a huge candidate between Juicy when it came down to choosing a title track for their summer comeback, especially seeing how this was more catered towards, the season of summer. Structurally wise, much different than Juicy for sure. Juicy is more unconventional, but that's I'm not trying to say that Summer Punch is crazy conventional. You know what I'm saying? The structure of this song, what I really like about it is the tempo to it. And the instrumental layers that were used in this, you can hear horns, you can hear brass sounds. Those are more of the apparent sounds that we're hearing and getting. Loving the bass line. And at some point with Sohee, I heard like waves from the ocean whistling here and there. So overall, the nuances and different sounds coming up here and there adds to their playful delivery in their lines and everything like that. I think some huge highlights for sure is Sohee. I liked how she was riding the instrumental with her lines, really super fast delivery in her lines, and that rap part, RCPC, oh my goodness, and the shouting here and there by the members, Rocket Punch, really making an overall statement that, hey, we are Rocket Punch and we are back this summer. And, you know, you can't have Rocket Punch. You can't have summer without Rocket Punch, because I could see myself listening to this song every summer. When summer comes, I'm like, yo, I know what's the go-to song to play. Rocket Punch with an exclamation mark. Another notable member in this one who I was surprised me a lot too was Jury. I liked her lines in this particular track. But if we talk about this track more in general, this B-side, I like the momentum. It keeps going and going, but when it lets up, it sort of does this circus like tightrope act where they go up and go back down, and the energy's all the way up and it goes back down, and then how they play off of each other, play off of the instrumental, and the instrumental part continues, pauses for a bit, and then that overall climatic twist to it that releases all of your emotions. Like, yes, this is what I really wanted to happen. Personally, that's what I wanted, because when it comes to songs that really do that, they play with you and then boom, they hit you with the vocals, they hit you with, you know, the final chorus and everything. And overall, Summer Punch, I'm not surprised if they end up performing this song as well during promotions, because we have seen So Solo, we have seen Love Is Over performed, and is it a coincidence that they're close up and basically the same numbering in the track? The third track in the mini album ends up being performed, the B-side, next to the title track during promotions. We shall see. I don't completely know because I have yet to watch the V Live and everything like that. But Summer Punch, phenomenal song. Definitely will be played every season of summer for me so far. Obviously, my favorite one, because this is the first actual B-side on this mini album. Let's just get into the next track now. Alright, so this next B-side is titled One Summer Night, but in the Korean titling for this track, it's titled Summer Night. I'm assuming that the lyrics might be straightforward, especially seeing the titling of this track being the way it is. But this was the track that I was most looking forward to listening to, because I saw GDLO from Monotree on the track listing for this song, who has worked with Yukika as of recently, couple of tracks, an artist who does city pop genre and works it really well. But the other individual who works on this B-side is Yoon Jung-sung, who has done amazing songs such as Highlight by As1, Sailing by SNSD. Other than that, let's just get into it. Oh, you can hear the campfire at the start here. Oh. Loving the acoustic guitar work in this. But very light delivery in the vocal department on this one. Oh wow. Okay, Yukyung. Oh my goodness, Suyeon. I like how their lines are sometimes going around the instrumental, but sometimes the instrumental complements them. When, yeah, right here. Like right here too with Yukyung. Their lines are emphasized here and there. And this track really does justice to their vocals. Addition of ad-libs here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hands down, this B-side is the one that showcases their vocals in such a beautiful manner, guys. I have quite a bit to talk about this track. Exactly my thoughts, how the lyricism directly goes towards Summer Night. The titling of this track, can see myself listening to this track during summer nights, how it can be humid, hot, and everything like that. But what really sets me on about this song and really can see myself listening to the song more is the texture of it. The vocals coming out so light and fluffy, just the manner of it. But it's not always the same, especially how I said earlier, they're working around the instrumental, the acoustic guitar, but not the whole time. When they are emphasizing certain lines, the instrumental does that with them, you know what I'm saying? More punctuated. Especially seeing that from the likes of Yukyung and Yeonhee, I believe. Suyeon really shows us again that she is really good in the vocal department. You know, I've seen their covers before in the past, and after listening to their B-sides and the likes of Lilac and everything, man, it just surprises me every time, because when it comes to their title tracks, it's very loud, but there's a different like levels of loudness. They do that with the shouting sometimes, and the extra lines here and there that they add in, and that they seem to find to add in their title tracks and all. But this is such a nice break between the other energetic tracks that we have heard so far in the album here, the mini album, and especially hearing their title track before, how energetic that is. Summer Night, all in all, showcases their vocals so well, and I really appreciate a track like this by them that is more so minimal in terms of the instrumental. It's more pulled back in terms of the tempo and everything, and so that it does justice to their vocals, but it's not always constant, you know? There's some elements that switch up and switch down, and I liked how that had that campfire, that nature sound at the start, because not so often we hear nature sounds in tracks these days, but we're starting to hear it more, especially this summer season. It's up there, guys. I like this B-side so much. Summer Night, seeing the influence by both of the producers who I have mentioned. Let's just get into the next track now. All right, Twinkle Star, that is the titling for this one. Pura Vida, seeing Pura Vida on this track again, but Reet from Code 9 on this. Quite excited. This was another anticipated B-side that I was looking forward to. Let's just get into it. Oh. Very electronica, horn / brass heavy. It has that space-like feel to it too. Where is this headed though? Very instrumental heavy. Woo. Switch up. Talkie. Count sheeps and fall into a dream. I love the attitude in this song too. I'm getting more attracted to you like I'm possessed. Black hole in the universe, your light. Oh, Yunhee and then Seohyun in the back there. Yeah, this song is very instrumental heavy and instrumentally driven. I like how this song, Twinkle Star, sort of made me felt like I went through I traveled through space and time with Rocket Punch, you know what I'm saying? It has that dreamlike, space-like feeling to it, and what really provides that feeling, to me personally speaking, I'm not sure about you guys, is how instrumentally heavy and how instrumentally driven this song is. Okay, I find that some parts, the instrumental, like with the horns and everything, the brass sounds and electronic sounds drown their vocals quite a bit. But what really makes up those parts and keeps this song like in a pristine condition, I'd have to say, is how at some moments Sooyeon, Yeonhee, Yuking, and some of the other members as well too, is how when they come in, straight first line, they pierce through the instrumental, and that's one part, or some of the parts that I like in this particular track. Structurally, I could see a lot of people initial thoughts thinking that this is similar in terms of the lines of some IZ*ONE songs, especially how it goes from the pre-chorus to the chorus and a bit of the delivery of the lines, and maybe specifically speaking, Secret Story of the Swan. However, completely different producers and whatnot. But this is certainly something new from Rocket Punch again, and as much as I want to say that this is title track worthy, I feel like this would be really difficult to perform alongside with choreo, you know. It's just so up there in terms of the sound, very loud, and how upbeat it is, and the amount of vocals that are shining through the parts that drown a bit of their vocals. Not a huge fan of that, but it makes sense for what has been put out after hearing this track for the first time. I felt like this was a significant jump from the previous B-side. It was more mellow, and this one's more up in your face. Liking the energy in this particular track too. I can call this a bop as well. So far though, what's really surprising me is that all of these tracks, I could see any of these tracks getting an MV as well if Woollim has ever decides to put out another MV for Rocket Punch. And that's what I've noticed a lot with a lot of Woollim artists, particularly speaking, and actually paying attention to every release by every Woollim artist so far, and what they've been doing. Twinkle Star, I think this song, for me personally, I could see myself listening to this quite often. I'm not sure if it's really up there. I think I'm gonna still have to think about this track, but let's just get into the next track now. All right, this final B-side is titled the This track caught me so off guard during the highlight medley, the titling of it, the delivery of da 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 da, something like that if I recall correctly. But yeah, let's just get into it. Oh. Super sassy. But I like how funky it is. Oh, hold up. Interesting. Oh. Loving the sense in this. Interesting chorus. Also meaning more and more. It sort of has that runaway feel to it. Okay, so he. This is super unconventional, just the layout of this song. Ooh. Why is this song so title track worthy too? It really is, guys. I'm serious. All of these tracks are so title track worthy. Even One Summer Night. I mean, at least not if not title track, MV worthy as well. Now, overall thoughts. But before going to overall thoughts, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Sorry, but this final B-side, I think, is a great finisher to this song. I like the layout of how they've done it before they put out the for the final track. You know, putting that middle track, One Summer Night, before these other upbeat tracks were put on is quite interesting but smart at the same time. And I can see, like, for quite a bit of people, this might be the saving for last for best type track for sure. Going from the initial start of this song, you could hear the sassy vocals, the delivery of the vocals being so sassy. But what really keeps me engaged is how funky it is. A little bit of switch ups here and there, especially in the pre-chorus. Not sure how the chorus is. You know, I like the build up into the chorus, but the chorus might need more listening to, in my opinion. Personally, for me, it seems like the effect used in the could have been a little bit louder, maybe, or when listening to the song, have it in terms of the volume louder. But the instrumental is really great in this one, and the musicality of it is just phenomenal. Another catchy track on this mini album, and you can't go wrong with catchy and addictive tracks, especially when the delivery of the vocals are unconventional, as well as the instrumental. So, in conclusion though, which track really stood out to me, personally speaking? I want to go back to Summer Punch and One Summer Night, guys. Those two particular tracks really were the huge highlights for me personally. And going back to my words, I could see Summer Punch being performed, but now thinking about it, One Summer Night, I don't mind them just simply performing that as another song during promotions. I think quite a lot of us didn't expect a bubblegum pop title track from Rocket Punch. But all in all, for me personally, Juicy, I got it on the first listen, if you guys saw my reaction to the MV. But the song grew on me as I was listening more to the song, and I felt like Juicy was quite a surprise pick. But it's a nice break from their previous title tracks, I would have to say. And considering what they were going for with Juicy and this third mini album, Blue Punch, I think Rocket Punch has really hit the mark again. They didn't really disappoint me on this mini album per se, and they always deliver. They really do, guys. They really do. Summer album overall, half or a little bit more than half of the tracks being more suited towards summer. However, I do see one or two of these summer tracks being played in rotation in my playlist and all beyond the season of summer. And that's what I love about some of these particular tracks. Juicy, maybe if I'm feeling like I want just to feel the cuteness and overwhelming of the members and my bias Soohyun, who really ultimately catches me off guard in the song near the end and everything. There's just a lot to think about, guys. What I've just went through on a journey with Rocket Punch. It just goes to show you how versatile they are, what genres they can do. And every time when I listen to any track by them, I can expect it to be good or amazing, but I can't ultimately expect how a song's gonna go. Especially every time when I've been hearing these highlights, I'm like, oh, this is nice. But then I listen to the actual song, I'm like, I definitely wasn't expecting this, guys. Between their previous releases, loving the consistency. I can't emphasize that enough within their mini albums. And I think Blue Punch and their previous mini albums are going more so into that direction where Rocket Punch can really solidify their name and show, hey, this is what we're really all about beyond their title tracks, of course. Let me know if you have a favorite track or two. For me, it was a really hard decision, but the two notable ones, like I said earlier, Summer Punch, One Summer Night, but the other tracks as well, really great B-sides to include on this mini album. Be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe if you really enjoyed this. It really helps out the channel. Can't wait to get my physical album for Blue Punch. That's gonna be a while, probably not until next week or so. I might come out with a live performance for Juicy video, or if they put out another song for performance for promotions and all. Probably gonna check out more variety from them, as I'm been lacking some Rocket Punch content on my channel here. Take care, have a great day, have a good night, have a good afternoon wherever you are. This has been Garrison. Be sure to educate yourselves of what is truly saddening and what's going on in the world right now. If you have not yet, be sure to, and peace.